Infrastructure theft and vandalism continue to impact the supply of electricity, and some communities in the Eastern Cape have been without power for weeks now, but they're calling on the authorities to intervene. eNCA's Ronald Masinda is following that story for us, and he joins us live now. And Ronald, good morning to your colleague. It seems residents' concerns there be quite significant as far as power to, rather access to power and electricity being a call for concern.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, Tumela. Well, residents from some parts of Nelson Mandela Bay say that they've been without electricity for weeks now. Some of the worst affected areas are currently the northern areas as well as Kariega, where we are at the moment. And not only is the situation bad with regards to electricity, but also water infrastructure. I am joined by a resident to tell us more. Tamsanga, thank you so much, sir, for your time. How long have people been going without electricity, and how bad is the situation?
The electricity situation in our community has been going on for like the past 5 years now. And was the people from the energy department have been doing their level best to ensure that they try to make sure that our residents is with electricity. The biggest challenge now that is affecting us, that we're facing, is cable theft, which is having a large impact into how now we are living our lives on a daily basis. And especially now that it's winter, it's going to be very common for our electricity to trip. And as such, when our electricity trips, it becomes very difficult for power to be restored back. And some communities now, and streets and homes have to do without electricity for days and some for weeks, which becomes a challenge because you have one community where one area has got electricity, another area doesn't have electricity, or one area has got electricity, but some streets in the very same community doesn't have access to electricity. That's the biggest challenge that we're facing right now.
And what we have seen, and it has become quite common, are unscrupulous scrapyard owners who are benefiting from buying these cables, stolen cables. As communities, are you addressing this?
Yes, I've been trying to address it for quite some time now, together with the police, because what we've identified from the onset was the activity around the stealing of cables in our community and the impact that it is having. Because once our community, because it's not just the scrapyards that are benefiting, because scrapyards are just one aspect of business that is currently benefiting from cable theft. Even criminal activity, the crime that is happening in our community now finds opportune time, especially in the dark. KwaNobuhle has reported a large number, one of the highest cases of murder nationally. And if you look at the times these murders take place, they take place when it's dark. 4 or 5 murders per week is a serious pandemic for one small community to experience. So KwaNobuhle has received the worst form of experience when it comes to the impact that this load shedding is having on us. And sadly, when people try their level best to get the issue of not having access to electricity attended to, it takes years. It takes forever for our councillors to respond, or for our local electricity department to respond. As a result, we now, as community members, through the WhatsApp group that I have founded, have been doing our level best now to see to it that whenever there's something that is going wrong with our electricity, we attend to it as quickly as we can, so that people can be able not to do without electricity.
You said early on that you feel that the municipality is doing a lot, but are they doing enough to secure electricity infrastructure?
When it comes to the issue of infrastructure, it's going to be a big challenge, if we can notice, with the level of cable theft. Because if you're looking at infrastructure, in order for infrastructure to be addressed properly, we need to also look at the issue of cable theft. Because this is what people do not want to deal with at first. What's the point of fixing infrastructure for infrastructure to be damaged 2 days later? So I think what needs to be addressed immediately through, let's say, municipal police, SAPS, and communities is the protection of the assets that we have currently. and try to manage these very, very well in order for us to ensure that when the right time comes for our infrastructure to be properly addressed, there won't be any cases related to cable theft. So I think if you're going to look at infrastructure as the only, if you're going to look at improvement to infrastructure as the only solution and miss out on the crime that is happening in our community right now, you are running the risk of wasting state resources.
What is the issue with the water? Because I thought dam levels are improving.
I don't want to be to divulge deep into this, because I have like a serious theories when it comes to water, because water has become big business in our community with water trucks. Sometimes you don't understand why when water levels in our dams are very high, like all our dams are full, and you still have the presence of water trucks and communities that are doing without water at the same time.
Do you feel that these people are benefiting unduly?
There's corruption, definitely. There's corruption in our municipality. There are people that are benefiting directly from the presence of these water trucks in our community. And what doesn't make sense for me, you are looking at the level of unemployment in our community with people who have code 14 driver's licenses, and yet we have foreign nationals that are driving water trucks in our community. And where is this water going? With me being in town, I see these trucks going up and down, filling homes here in suburbs with our water, and I've tried to confront these trucks. They have left the areas where in which I confronted them, and have moved now to steal water from other communities. So there's something big going on when it comes to organized crime, because it doesn't involve it doesn't live outside the water resource that we have. So I feel like there's something going on when it comes to crime and corruption and water in our community.
Very interesting views. Thank you very much indeed. We will, of course, also try to speak to the municipality with regards to some of these very important issues regarding the electricity infrastructure in the metro. It's back to you in studio.
Thank you so much, Ronald, for bringing the story to the fore. Seems like it's a plethora of issues, electricity, crime levels, as well as issues around access to water. And you can see the urgency in terms of needing to implement some strategies to stop this so people can have a quality of life out in the community. Well, we'll leave it there, colleague, and thank you so much for speaking to us at this time.